Well, hello guys, this is your girl Diva Fashionista, bringing you a topic that's been on my mind for a while. I'm recording this for the second time, so I hope I get all my points out because I did a pretty good job the first time, but my air conditioner was blowing and it was very distracting. So this topic has been on my mind for a little bit, but I was on TikTok the other day and I don't know how the algorithms, but on my For You, like, it just kept coming up, like Section 8 evictions, different things about food stamps, and this one video in particular sparked off a whole bunch of drama where this woman was dancing and she had her kids in the background, and the title was something like I'm happy on food stamp day. I really don't know. I just saw her comments and the comments were like crazy, and then I started seeing reaction as I continued to scroll. I started seeing reaction videos and people just reacting to the video and having their different opinions and reading those comments, and I found myself feeling a type of way, and I'm just in the comments responding. And then when it became too much, I went over to Facebook. I go over to Facebook, and on Facebook, I saw a post about someone wanting to report their neighbor for welfare fraud. So I go over to Twitter, right? Now on Twitter, they're arguing over student loan forgiveness, and it was so much, I had to unplug. I didn't even want to know what they were doing over on Instagram. It was that much that I just had to unplug. And I just had these thoughts, and I just thought I would want to share them with anyone who was interested. But I just don't know how the algorithms, like, how did all this just come bombarding me the other day? And it really made me come to the conclusion that y'all don't really like poor people. And I've been thinking about this for a while. With the McDonald's situation, I started thinking that y'all don't like poor people. And the woman, I think that once the woman presented herself for having the EBT, I'm like, it was over for her. Like, she became the worst of the worst of the worst. And no matter what point she made, even if they were valid, like, no one was hearing it. Once she said EBT, it was like, nope, no one was on her side. And I felt that way from then. But seeing the situation with this woman and being happy about her food stamps and just realizing, like, life is hard as it is. Being poor is extremely hard. And in life, you have to have your small victories and your small joys. And this was a small joy for this woman, and how it became such a nasty, toxic thing. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand why we have all this vitriol for poor people and maybe not the system. Because as it is, taxes are inevitable. You can't avoid taxes. Taxes go back towards biblical times. Even in the Bible, Jesus said, render to Caesar what Caesar. So it's just something that's guaranteed in life. Taxes and death. I don't know how people get around it, Donald Trump, but pretty much you're guaranteed that this is what you're going to do in life. You're going to pay taxes. You don't get to decide what your tax money goes towards. You don't get to say, hey, I don't believe in that, so my tax money shouldn't go to it. That's just not how it works. We have a system in place for whatever reason. You can vote into it. You can run for office, but a lot of us are not going to do that, right? A lot of us don't even know, like, when you go into the polls, or don't go to the polls, don't even know what you're doing when you get in there. Just like, this one sounds right, this one sounds. You don't know what they believe, and we see time and time again that the people in Congress, they're not for basic rights. Things that would really benefit us, the everyday man. They're not really for it. You see a lot of them got these PPP loans. What for? What a senator needs a PPP loan, I will never understand. But I don't see the same energy for other things, that I see for EBT and Section 8. There's a lot of just negative energy, a lot of just misconceptions around these social services, and a lot of people saying, like, that we shouldn't have them, that this is pull yourself up by your own bootstrap mentality, like that everyone should take care of themselves. And unfortunately, it just doesn't work like that. Society doesn't work like that. for a reason. It's for a greater good, even if we can't see it. Welfare is older than most of us right now. I'm pretty sure most of us weren't alive in 1935 when it became a national thing, when your boy FDR made it nationally regulated, because he, as the president, and I know y'all like FDR because he got 3 terms. So old boy Teddy this saw a lot of Americans struggling and thought that there should be something in place federally to take care of struggling, starving Americans during the Great Depression, and that it should come from the government. They should look after their people. To me, sounds wonderful. To other people, I don't understand why this sounds like, I don't know. I don't even know what to compare it to. But people hear this and they're like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I shouldn't have to take care of people. You should make better decisions in life. And there's so many things that I could get into that I'm not well versed enough to, speak on, but I have a good understanding of it. Why that we do need as a society to make sure that there aren't people starving in the streets. And I'm pretty sure they've done their research, the government, why we don't need people who are so impoverished, because I'm pretty sure that when you have the more poor people, the more people you have, the more desperate people you have, and the more desperate people you have, the more crime you have, and the more crime you have, the less safe it is for every other people. You have more people running up in your home. It's not safe for you to walk down the street. New York City is damn near Gotham City right now, and usually when we see the culprits are impoverished people. So I'm pretty sure there's a reason why we don't need people. Besides, dead people can't vote. I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of reasons why we need social services and why people hate it so much. I can't wrap my head around. I saw comments like telling this woman you're welcome, and I had to tell some lady, I already had to say, unless you work in the state that she lives in and you work for social services and you personally loaded the funds onto her card, she has nothing to thank you for. And even then, she owes you nothing because you gave her nothing. I really just don't understand. Why don't we have the same energy towards Ukraine, all that money that went over there? Why we don't have the same energy towards PPP loan forgiveness? You know why? Because we all want to be rich. At the end of the day, a lot of us would love to be rich. We trade places with a rich person. We envy that lifestyle versus a poor person who gets we wave our fingers at them. They get our disdain, and it's crazy. It's crazy to me. Being poor is hard. It's very hard. If you Google the poverty line, right? And you look into your state's poverty line and you look at your size of your family, whether it's just you, whether you have a family as other people, you have dependents, how much money that is. I think for my size family in the state of New York, the poverty line is about $23,000 for my size family. I couldn't imagine raising 4 or 5 people on $23,000. I don't want to know what that's like. I don't want to know what it's like just so that I could qualify for public. No, I don't want to know what it's like. Because understand, this person is getting food stamps. That's food stamps. You can only use food stamps towards food versus if you work and you have this amount of money in cash, you can use that money towards anything. And I think one of the misconceptions I saw was that people were saying things like, oh, I just wish there was timelines. I think there was guidelines of how long you could be on the system. Now, the system is income eligibility, right? So as long as your income allows you, you can be on it. But in most states, there are timelines where it's like, all right, you can have this for X amount of time before you have to get off. With Section 8 is a little different. Section 8, you can theoretically be on Section 8 for a long time. But with Section 8, most people are on it for about 6 years. And then like some 3. It goes between 3 and 6 years. Most people will receive Section 8. And what I've noticed from people that I know that had Section 8. A lot of people blow it. Some people blow it. I saw someone blow $38 rent, messed it up, no longer gets it. And then I've seen people who use it for the stepping stone that it's supposed to be, and go and get a nursing degree, go back to school, because their rent is so low, it allows them money to put money in other places, and they're able to then pull themselves up by that theoretical bootstrap, you know. But when it works, it works. There's no real this idea of a welfare queen, or this idea of someone just getting over on the system. That is so few and far between, because it's so hard. They have things in place because they've learned from the past where it's harder to get over on the government. I'm telling you, you don't even want to be caught lying to the government, because they will sanction you. So there's an X amount of years. Usually a sanction, I believe, is usually around 3 years. If they sanction you, then now it's 3 years where you can't apply, unless you better hope for everything you love that you don't need it in those 3 years. Have that tax evasion. If one thing you're going to go to jail for, it's tax evasion. You don't want to be caught cheating the system. And I'm telling you, a lot of these people that qualify for public assistance, this is no life to envy. Because if you qualify, there's things that you can't do. Trust me, I saw people saying things like, this is why I can't get help. I need help and I can't get it. No, honey, you either qualify or you don't. Your income makes you eligible or ineligible. It's no in between. It's a saying that says, what you eat don't make me shit. And that's one of those things that the old folks say that's so true. Me getting it doesn't take it away from you. You either qualify or you don't. And it's not to be envied, because I'm telling you, these people that do qualify, a lot of people that are on, the vast majority of people that are on public assistance, or they receive food stamps, in which to receive just food stamps, you have to have a job. You have to have some type of income, whether it's employment, SSI, disability, whatever that is. You have to have an income just to get that. Now, if you have the full ride, still, you have to be damn near dirt poor to get this, right? Trust me, these people are not catching flights. These people are not getting stamps on their passport. They probably don't even have passports. It's nothing to envy. If anything, we should have some compassion for people who are living at or below the poverty line, because it's extremely hard. In this day and age, we see the haves and we see the have-nots, and most of us want to be the haves. Most of us want to be over in Dubai or you know, pushing a luxury vehicle. I'm telling you, a lot of these people are not doing that. If they even have a vehicle to begin with, they don't have or understand financial literacy, or they've just come upon hard times in their life, and they should receive compassion, not us waving our finger and looking down and being judgmental against them. I just don't understand this negative just attitude towards public assistance. It's just really blows my mind. Like, y'all really hate poor people, and I don't want to be poor. We are not the same.